Welcome. The Children's Law Center is part of the University of South Carolina's School of Law. It was established in 1995. It provides training, resource material, information, and technical assistance to professionals involved in child maltreatment and juvenile justice cases. The goals and objectives for today's training are that mandatory reporters will possess the necessary skills and knowledge to appropriately and effectively identify, report, respond, and document suspicions of child abuse and neglect. Objectives: participants will understand their roles as mandatory reporters. Participants will learn when, where, and how to report. Participants will learn the indicators of abuse and neglect. Participants will learn how to appropriately respond to a child who is the suspected victim of abuse or neglect. Mandated reporting is not a new thing in the United States. All 50 states have passed laws requiring that certain individuals report suspected cases of abuse and neglect. 20 states require that all adults report suspected cases of abuse and neglect. In South Carolina, not all adults are mandated reporters. Certain listed professionals are required to report suspicions of abuse and neglect. However, any person may report when they believe that a child is the victim of abuse and neglect. Even though South Carolina has a mandated reporting law, approximately 50% of professionals still don't report suspicions of abuse and neglect when they should. There are a number of reasons why people don't report. Sometimes they may be confused about their duty to report and think that someone else will or can report for them. Other times they may not want to get involved or fear retaliation. Oftentimes a person might not be aware of warning signs or indicators of possible abuse and neglect. This is a list of mandated reporters in South Carolina. If you're a professional listed, you do not have the discretion to report suspicions of abuse and neglect of a child. You're required by law to make a report. We'll have a link to South Carolina Code 637310 you may want to refer to. Mandated reporters must report when in their professional capacity they have received information which gives them the reason to believe that a child has been or may be abused or neglected. Certain professionals may be concerned about their ethical obligations to clients or patients and the duty to also report. South Carolina law has addressed this concern. Privileged communication between a husband and wife and any professional person and his patient or client, except that of an attorney and client or clergy and penitent, is void and does not constitute grounds for failure to report. Clergy includes Christian Science practitioners or religious healers, anyone who is ordained in their congregation. The link to this site is 63-7-420. Where is abuse and neglect defined? South Carolina has a law defining specific types of abuse and neglect. Link 63-7-20. Under our law, child abuse and neglect occurs when the parent, guardian, or other person responsible for the child's welfare inflicts or allows harm to be inflicted upon a child, or engages in activities or omissions which present a substantial risk of harm to the child. A child is defined as a person under the age of 18. Examples of a person responsible for the child's welfare